This is Feed Your Mind, and so water currents are not what you were told. Science has various explanations as far as why water currents exist, and streams and rivers and waves and stuff like that. And basically they're saying that water currents are caused by wind, water temperatures, gravity, the Coriolis effect, and other factors. And so there used to be this website called the Null School Map where it shows you the ocean currents and the wind patterns and things like that on all types of various maps, including the AE map. And so when people were looking at the ocean currents and the wind patterns on the AE map, it made the most sense. But unfortunately, they have removed the AE map version and they only have the globe version and other maps that don't really make a lot of sense now when you look at the ocean currents and the wind patterns. But fortunately, I have came across a scientific experiment that will show you how the ocean current actually works in a live demonstration. And it would be interesting to see if this demonstration matches up with the Null School AE map. And hopefully someone will make another website that can replace the Null School map instead of running from the truth and hiding the map that makes the most logical sense. So stay tuned in this video and I will show you a live demonstration of this science experiment that will demonstrate a new explanation of how ocean currents work. And so in a previous video I covered waves in my video, water is not what you were told. And so here's a quick breakdown of what we covered in that video. And in the video, we analyzed how water moves because it's something that I think a lot of people overlook. If you go to the lake, you'll see water just constantly moving. It doesn't matter if it's wind or not. I've documented this and have went out with no wind that I could feel, and I saw the water moving at the lake and the waves just keep coming in. So we know that water doesn't just stand still, but if you go to a pond on that same day, which I also documented, at the pond, the water actually stays still. So something's moving on the lake waters. The lake waters travel across the world because all the lakes across the earth are all connected and all plug into the ocean with streams and rivers, and you can trace it. If you look on Google Earth, you can look and see how all the lakes just pour into another city. It travels through a river and then hits another lake area and then it travels to the next city. So water is intelligently distributed across the earth, even in areas where otherwise there wouldn't have been any water, like the interior parts of America, for example. If it wasn't for those rivers and lakes, water consumption would be much more difficult for civilization to function. So we just see the water constantly moving. Some of these rivers actually are pretty intense, like the rapids. Basically, what's going on here is in this video, we're going to cover a theory about what is actually making that water move. And so I came across a demonstration. It's a repeatable scientific demonstration that attempts to provide answers to what could be happening.
Hello again, YouTube. Today is September 7th, and I'm going to be showing you a demonstration on possibly how the sea current could work on flat Earth. We'll start by taking off this dome here. We'll set it over here for now. Alright, starting with the base, I have 3 magnets, and as you see, south is pointed upwards, which works out perfectly for a compass. Now, I've tried 4 magnets around here, but a lot of people think of Earth as a ring magnet, and some people think of it as a magnetic pump. Well, it actually could be both. And what we'll do is set you up here and we'll get started on this. Alright, the first thing I'll do is I'll add some salt water to the center, and being careful not to go over the continents. Now, I've seen something like this from a YouTuber named Everybody's Eye. It had nothing to do with flat Earth, and he doesn't even believe in flat Earth. And seeing that was 2 years ago, at the time I didn't either. But now, it seems the more and more I hear about globe Earth, the more ridiculous it sounds. Alright, now I'm going to hook up my terminals to the negative. Will go to the outer ring, and the positive to the center. Then with my battery charger, I'm going to turn this on a 10 amp setting. That's 12 volts, of course. Oh, and so we could see what's going on here, I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. Alright, I'll let this run a little bit and you can see how the currents work. By turning this, it'll actually, it seems like it times it, so the water will actually move a little bit differently. But anyway, take a look at it, let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching.
So the black wire is on the outer ring, and then the red positive clamp he puts in the center where the North Pole would be, which I found was brilliant. In my last video, we covered the North Pole and what could be attracting magnets to the North Pole. And we covered a few hypotheses. And one of my favorites was the toroidal energy field. And there's a magnificent power in the center. Basically, there's this energy center in the center of the earth. So the current actually drives the water to travel in a circular motion. It's a magnificent demonstration of how water possibly moves. Now, the spiritual hypotheses that I covered in my water is not what you were told video, I kind of like to, because in the Bible it says in the beginning was basically just water. It was like God's Holy Spirit was moving back and forth across the water. So I kind of like that idea where water is something that is attracting this energy of God that is active and moving. Now we got a good spiritual explanation and a scientific explanation. So which explanation are you guys going with? God's active force moving across the water, or is it just the natural process of water where it's designed to just travel like that through jet streams? Or is the earth kind of like this science experiment where the energy of the negative and positive charge in the center, and that's funny how when they see the water moving they call it a current. Maybe that's a clue that they were leaving for us to have called moving water a current. Kind of makes sense now with this whole experiment with the negative and positive charge. So check out my playlist, Water is Not What You Were Told. For much more information, I'll leave the link in the comment section in the description box. Learn how to create 100% pure water in your home and remove all impurities out of your water so that you can have the purest form of drinking water with HQH2O. Links in the comment section and description box. Visit FeedYourMind1.com for bonus videos, news, exclusives, links to my other channels, social media links, and much more. Please consider donating as little as $1 to help keep Feed Your Mind online. You can sign up on the YouTube membership, Patreon, or directly. All links are in the comment section and description box. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and click your notification bell. This has been another episode of Feed Your Mind. Thank you for tuning in, signing off.